Key to naps is having more coffee after you wake up. I gotta give myself enough headroom so I could edit this vertically. Right. So I won't be looking at you, but I'll be looking into the lens, I take it. Welcome to the Steve Farrell Show. It's my bro, Vince Farrell, out of Kentucky. Vince, give us an update. What's going on there in Kentucky?
Well, we just had a shooting up in London on the bypass. Who was shooting people as they're driving. So I think they've tracked them down to Lexington. So, woo, it's crazy, crazy out
Who,
there.
who doesn't love a good drive-by? I think it should be allowed legally to pop off a few shots in anger once a month, maybe like a purge kind of thing. What do you
Well,
think?
that's the whole state of Kentucky, but we do it to deers.
Oh, to deers. Got you. Um,
So,
dig it. I love that there are these towns like London, Kentucky. It's remember the one in England, but now it's in Kentucky or Paris, Texas. You're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone. What's where are you at right now? It's kind of a cool location.
oh yeah, so yeah, I'm joining you from my man cave. It has all my Star Wars, He-Man, Voltron, Ninja Turtles, Batman, Legos. So
So it's
yeah,
so it's like really just a place of all your repressed childhood memories. Am I hearing that
pretty
correct?
much. It's like being a kid, but with adult money.
That's kind of dangerous, isn't it? Like having a little bit of money and then companies advertising to you. Remember those things you could never have or that your parents didn't buy you when you were a kid?
That's exactly what it is. Most, a little fun fact, most collectible toys, or I shouldn't even say collectible, but most toys these days, every time I go to check out the toy aisle, nothing but guys my age and older there. I don't
I like
see any kids in the toy aisle.
I like to think that they're not all alone. I like to think that they have children because that makes me feel better. Because you have kids, you've raised two kids, and I feel like a lot
Yes.
of these men are the kind of people that go to Disney with their girlfriend or don't have kids, and
Right.
I'm vehemently against that kind of lifestyle. But
Well,
you're not. I just
the
want people to know you're not one of those people. You're a
I'm not
family
one
man.
of those weird. No, my toy collection has a story tied to it, which is some trip that me and my son or me and my daughter did together. Like my whole wall of Lego minifigures, we did that as a family. So yeah. And here's the thing: when you are married with children, every birthday and Father's Day, I'm going to get the same question, which is, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for
What
fun?
do you want?
I just tell them the same thing. I just want to spend time with you. Oh, we can't buy you that. No. I know. Let's go do an event or do something together. I don't need anything
Yeah.
because I can buy it myself. And I do. So they have run out of, ideas. So by collecting these items, especially the He-Man, they now have gift ideas.
And let's be honest, your family's not going to be able to buy you anything that'll make you happy because A, they don't have the money or the resources to buy you a lake house or a boat. Now, we all want our kids to be there at some point, but they're just not there. One's in college, the other one's just out of high school. So, but hopefully one day they become doctor or lawyer and they have a job and they can buy you huge items, right? No lake
The,
house for you? Not a boat?
the
Have you ever been on a boat? They're very exciting.
I hate boats. I hate water. Not because I can't swim, but I hate the ocean. I like swimming pools and hot tubs, but rivers, lakes, oceans, no thank you.
Why, where's the hate come from? Because I understand hating oceans because of all the things that happen in oceans, but lake is a still body of water.
Yeah, they still have things. If I can't see beyond my feet, I don't know what's going on there, and I don't like that. I don't like not knowing. And little fish picking at my moles on my back, not a fan of that either. It's not
No,
fish food. I'm a human. I have feelings.
that's good though, but I think that kind of ties into how you are as a person though, because you want control.
Wow,
And
you just went there. Okay, we're going there right now.
well, let's just, this is therapy. Just to let you know, your therapist hired me to do this.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
But that my
The truth is, we all want a level of control. whether it
That
be traditions that we enjoy or whether it be a CEO of a company. There's a level of
yes.
control that we all want. Do I go to
Yes.
extreme on that? Probably, probably.
Well, there could be worse things that you don't hop into. So it's just it's I find very other people would find the ocean or lakes very, comforting. But yeah, I do like now that I'm thinking about it, I've never seen you in a body of water.
No. So here's the thing. Next week I'm going on vacation. It's just me and my wife because one's in college and the other one's working full time. And guess where I'm taking her? To the
Say,
beach.
you're taking Laura to the beach.
Yeah. What did I get? I got a flotation device that can be anchored down that we can both sit in on the water. Uh, I'm not getting in the water, but because I know she loves the beach and the kids love the beach, I take them to the beach all the time. But I typically will just stay on the sand and read books or whatever.
Got it. So it's not like you bought a flotation device that you're going to put an anchor into the ocean because you have waves and currents, and that wouldn't be physically possible. You're just going to stay on the beach.
No, no, no. It's got an anchor that can go in the water and then keep us from floating out
Got
50
you.
feet or so.
See?
We'll just be floating on the water, but still
Yeah.
within shore reach.
Yeah. So, but you got to make it past the waves first. So, I wish you luck with that. Um,
Yeah, me too.
we both love movies. We both love a cinematic adventure.
Yes.
What's some movies that you've seen recently, in the theater or illegally streamed online?
Uh, so two movies I saw in the theater in the last 2 weeks. One of them was M. Night Shyamalan's new movie Trap, and then the other one was Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
So let's talk about Trap because I actually streamed that at home and I thought
Oh,
it was one of the most laugh out loud, most funniest comedic movies M. Night Shyamalan has ever made. Kind of remind
ooh,
me of The Happening in a way where I felt
okay.
like it could have been better cast or maybe he just wanted him to play it that way. Very tongue in cheek. What did you think?
So I commend M. Night Shyamalan for spending so much money just so he could showcase his daughter's music career,
Dude, exactly.
because that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
motivation of that movie. It wasn't anything else. You were trapped in the movie watching her sing. That's what the movie was about. It wasn't about
It's a love letter to his daughter, how much he loves her.
exactly.
I
So
love
I
that.
respect that. I respect it. Now, if you take that away and it was just some person singing, doing a concert and the storyline, um, yeah, I felt like it was, you know, it was fine. It was fine. It was good to get out of the house, go watch a movie. It had some good points to it. The end of it, I thought, was really rushed.
Yeah.
Um, and
The amount
him trying to set it up like he did with Glass and all that for another sequel to this movie. I don't need that. I don't
Yeah,
need
the
that.
the amount of there's always there's a moment in M. Night Shyamalan films, the twist ending,
Yeah,
the moment of like of a leap you have to make to get to that point. This one just kept on making moments of disbelief leaps that just
yeah,
really just were so comical. Like, oh, the singer really cares, the pop star really cares,
right, right.
and is actually gonna like go try to save the like. I didn't believe that, but you're right.
Yeah,
We should have got concert wristbands instead of movie tickets. Here we go. Wait, what?
yeah,
What? No.
yeah, yeah. But
Um,
yeah, so that's my take on it.
okay, trap. We're all trapped. But however, I will say M. Night Shyamalan's a local Philadelphia filmmaker.
Yeah, no, he's great. I'm a
He
fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I,
and
I
what he
saw
yeah.
his
Go.
Old. I liked
Old,
Old.
Old was great. He had a his own. He's had his own renaissance after the. I think it was the Last Airbender and After Earth, and there's another one that tanked the happening. Those three films, like no studio would work with him.
Right.
And then he's like, you know what? He actually took. I read this whole article on it the other day. He refinanced his house. He took a $5 million loan against his house to make this found footage movie that I've actually never seen with Universal. And so ever since then, he's been financing his own movies for like I think he doesn't spend over 5 or 10 million on the movies, and each one makes at least like 25 to 40 mil. So uh, it's amazing that he's like figured it out and had a comeback after those,
Yeah.
Signs and Unbreakable and The Sixth Sense, where everyone was saying he's the next Spielberg. So hats off
Makes
to him.
sense. Makes sense. Yeah. I heard something on a podcast the other day that the reason why movie studios do not take a big risk in some of those types of movies, why there are so many reboots and remakes and play it safe with superhero stuff, is because the streaming industry killed the DVD industry. So
Yep.
you make some money up front on opening week, and then whatever you're short, you typically make up on DVD rentals. And now that that industry's gone, they're just not willing to take the chance like they once were. Thought
The,
that was a
the
good point.
No, no, it's a great point and it's true. And I think the culture around watching a movie really sucks now.
Oh, it's
And
terrible.
it used to be awesome. Remember going to Blockbuster and you're walking around the store for maybe 10, 20 minutes trying to decide which one or two movies you're going to rent for the weekend. Um, and it was a process. I think things being a lot easier now just kind of takes the fun out of the process. So I don't know.
I feel like you could build a blockbuster type of store where you rent movies, combine it with maybe some coffee pizza shop, and
The
make it
marijuana store
huge,
is updated.
huge lounge area. I think
Yeah.
people would do that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But just saw Reagan as well.
Reagan. Okay, so this is the movie, if correct me if I'm wrong, is with the guy from Inner Space, Dennis Quaid.
Yes, and he knocked it out of the park.
Okay, so is Reagan out in theaters?
Yeah, yeah, it's out. And little fun fact: it has the highest gap in history between movie critics' review and viewers.
Interesting. So I'm guessing the viewers like it
Love it.
and the critics don't like it. Huh, funny. The viewers like a Republican and the media does not like them. That's
It's
so weird.
amazing. Yeah,
I would
I
never
think
have
it was
guessed
like
that.
98% viewers loved it and 13% critics. Which
Wow.
to me, after watching the movie, because granted, I'm like the typical viewer on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to go watch it just because I love Reagan. However, with that being said, for a critic to not praise Dennis Quaid's performance in that movie would definitely tell you how far left they swing. Because you take away the, I didn't sense there was a political agenda. It was just a good old fashioned storytelling about Ronald Reagan, how he became president. That's it. The way they told it, I thought was creative. But Dennis Quaid's performance as Reagan, everything from that little sideways smile, without overdoing his voice, I don't want to hear a Reagan impersonator. And Dennis Quaid, he nailed the character as Ronald Reagan without being cheesy.
Did they do a scene in the film of him getting shot in the stomach?
That's how they opened it.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh, my tummy. Ooh. Um, and then you also saw Beetlejuice, which I think in a different time I would have rushed to theaters to see that. But then again, it's just like it takes a lot to get me to go to a movie. So, what'd you think of Beetlejuice?
Again, going from when the first one came out, I wasn't a fan of the first one. You know, it was Tim Burton movie coming off the success of Pee Wee Herman. Um, and this, Michael Keaton movie, watching it as a kid, I was like, okay, that's something.
Scary, scary.
Parts of it, yeah. But
Yeah.
I just don't have those fond memories of Beetlejuice being this childhood awesome movie to me. So watched it again probably 5, 6 years ago with my daughter. She enjoyed it. Um, and I told her, like, yeah, that's what our movies used to be like in the 90s. So,
DIY. Yeah.
yeah. And I went to go watch this because I had heard it was a lot of fun. And they mixed animatronics along with, a little bit of CGI, but a lot of just real hands on creativity. And it was good. I thought the way they told the story worked. It was just a good, fun sequel. I think that's kind of how you walk out. It was no T2, but it was a
What
well
is?
done sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, if you're going to compare something to T2, I don't think anything lives up to that. Well, maybe The Dark Knight. I mean, that was
Yeah.
better than Batman Begins, but okay. So I don't think I'd go see Reagan. I'd probably wait for that on streaming, but I'd go see Beetlejuice in the theaters.
Yeah.
Um,
It was
and
fun.
then I also want to talk about. Let's talk about something fun from our childhood because I have a terrible memory. So I want you to think of a fun memory from our childhood that we can both reminisce about. My childhood, I remember, was mostly involved in church through church activities, being at church, Boy Scouts, basketball, baseball, playing in the backyard, and then it all just kind of going to shit when I was 17. So um, I'm guessing your memories are mostly related to the church community as well.
Yeah. I mean, youth ministry, that, that age that you just mentioned, for me, it was 12 through 21. And so highly active in the youth group. So my youth experience kind of revolved around leadership activities. So while you were playing baseball, I was planning a see you at the pole rally.
See you at the pole rally, just for the uninitiated. That is a high school activity where it was a try to get people to come out and pray. Correct?
Right, right. Yeah.
It's not has nothing
It's
to do with voting.
no. That's a
Okay.
good point. Yeah. So a group of students would gather around the school flagpole and pray that morning. And then it got commercialized where it became churches sponsoring donuts
Yeah.
around a flagpole and buy your shirt and all that. So I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, so that was kind of my experience is leadership roles even at a young age.
Yeah, because you did drama, you did missions.
Yeah.
Um, I just like looking back, I just remember there was all about getting people to church or getting someone to come to the Heaven or Hell play or saving your friend's soul and or stuff like that. But I most have fond memories of my childhood. Then again, when it
I
like
mean,
when your whole community though was in a church and then you leave a church and you have nothing, that was very jarring, I think.
yeah, I kind of understand that. I mean, some of the childhood memories I remember is us playing in the backyard, war with each other, throwing
The game
rocks at each
called what's
other.
what was the game called? War.
War, yeah. How creative were we?
Who came up with that? Was that
I,
you?
I probably. I just remember we were throwing rocks at each other,
Using
uh,
trash lids as shields, the metal
trash lids as
kind.
shields.
Yeah,
Alicia did not hold up the shield fast enough. She got pelted in the head.
that's her fault.
Uh, yeah,
Um,
wrestling in the living room.
yes, you would pin us down really well, and then you drink Dr. Pepper and let it your spit come down to here, and then you slurp it back up. You dominated the household. You did have like 7 years on me personally.
Yeah,
Um, but I got you back in other ways. I'd wear your clothes. We shared a dude. It's so weird to think about like that. We shared a bedroom and a bed for a period of
share.
time.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
like a senior in high school when I was in seventh grade. I was like, we weren't poor. We weren't poor. I'm like, then I tell people, I'm like, Steven, I think you're poor. It's
yeah.
like,
You're poor, dude. Yeah,
I was poor, dude.
you know.
So it's funny how you overcompensate for things when you're older. Like, I remember never having the nice pair of shoes and actually being made fun of because I was the only kid on the basketball team that didn't have the shoes like the rest of the players.
Right.
And
Yeah, me
so
too.
I have
And
like
and
50 pairs of shoes now.
so yeah. Uh, when I played basketball, we had to have Nike shoes. There was a guy, I won't mention his name, in the church we attended who like got discounted shoes and would sell them out of his truck. And mom got wind of it and approached him and was like, I need to get some shoes for my son. And they were like knockoff Nikes,
The
the
Chinese
Chinese
version.
knockoff. I slid all over that
Oh
floor
no.
like there was no tomorrow. So yeah, we didn't have the things going. Here's another fun story. Speaking of being poor, ever notice we never had friends at our house?
Hardly ever. I mean, we
Yeah,
were always going to other people's houses,
yeah,
and I would run shop on their hot pockets and all their food.
Right, right. Uh, Went to a birthday, was invited to a birthday party, one of my friends. Mom forgot, and the day of, she tells me to run inside the room and pick out a toy I no longer want.
She
I
did this
had
to
to
me too. I know
I
she
had
did
to
to us all.
re-gift a toy, and then I had to watch him open a non-boxed toy
Dude, so
and go,
embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. You know what
just
you know what it's like? It's like your drill, your sergeant in war saying, "Hey, pick someone to go inspect that cave with you." It's like, what? Why are you making me choose?
right.
Why this is torture. Um, oh, dude, yeah, the wild story. Well, as we all know, Mom went on to do great things and is doing fine. So, I don't want to start bashing our parents.
I'm not bashing. I'm just
They did,
saying,
they did fine.
yeah, we lived in that situation, so that's why I have all these toys now.
Yes, we overcompensate.
I brought it full circle. Did you see how I did that?
That's good. No, I appreciate that. We put a bow on it. What are you moving on? I guess we'll close with it. Is what's Vince looking forward to in life now that his kids are all grown up? One of them's out of the house, the other one's on his way out. What are you shifting? What your interests are, or what you put times towards, or do you have too much time now, or what's going on?
um, yeah.
Just so people know, you're pastor of a
Yeah,
thriving
yeah,
church, so you do have a job.
yes, I do. Thank you. I forget about that. Uh, yeah, I mean, Laura, my wife, has a dream of opening a bookstore. And so I'm kind of looking at some avenues, what I need to do to maybe help that dream come into a reality. So,
Well, first you got to build that time machine to go back to the 70s to be able to have a bookstore be profitable. So that's first.
coming from a guy who doesn't read, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Audiobooks, man. Okay, so the bookstore, and then you've also talked about many times your frozen yogurt or frozen
Yeah,
custard, whatever the one that
frozen,
is.
frozen
And,
custard.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you're a very good, savvy businessman with no money. So if someone would just give you money, I feel like you would be a good steward of that.
Oh, absolutely.
We just need to get you a business investor.
We really do. There's a lot of land downtown that I want to put a putt shack. Be
Putt
so
Shack. Yeah, that's
Putt
a new
shack would
thing.
be awesome downtown. But anyways, yeah, no, I'm not really into that. Doing, I don't want to do that anymore. I
Frozen
don't know.
custard, you mean?
Right. I don't
Yeah.
want to do. I think I've thought about running for city council.
Well, you
So
already ran for mayor, and that went extremely well. So why not city
that went
council?
well. Yeah. So I don't know.
The
I'm thinking
ads,
about it.
the ads we made were fantastic, but apparently
The
production value doesn't matter in a small town.
No, no, it's definitely who you know and who knows you, and if you grew up and was born here. So
Apparently, like the nepotism matters. I
it
love it.
truly does.
It's funny.
It
That's how
truly
I get all
does.
my work. Like I've been running ads for my company. I maybe got some new followers, but I haven't booked one new deal. But then you go in real life and meet someone at an event. And like, oh, hey, you do video? Yeah, yeah. Well, so and so. I'm like, yeah. It's nepotism's awesome. It's all
Yeah.
networking. It's yeah. So okay, so city council, and then you're also doing something locally, right? Are you still the local influencer when it comes to small businesses?
Yeah, but I've kind of taken a back seat, just trying to get my head emotionally healthy from social media. But yeah, I'm actually running one campaign online for a judge who is running for office, and then I've got a couple other pages that have about 5,000 members apiece that help area local businesses that I manage.
I love it. Yeah, as I said, you got to monetize that. You got to monetize them, but you're just too nice. Let's do a quick spot for the judge, Vince. If I was living in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Christian County, and I wanted to have a judge that wasn't some dirty cop or some Fed, which judge should I vote for?
I would definitely say you need to vote for Judge Jason Fleming. I've known Jason as a judge for the last 4 years. My church has several families that have adopted foster kids. And I've sat in his courtroom during those cases of them being adopted by these families. I've always thought Judge Fleming was a man of integrity and someone that he just calls it like it is, upholds with integrity. So when he called me last month to say, would you run my Facebook campaign? I jumped on that because this man is someone our society needs in the courtroom residing over cases.
Now, what's his background? I'm guessing he used to be a lawyer, or is he a judge on a
He,
different court?
yeah, he's been a judge in the family court system for over 20 years, and so he's now running for the Court of Appeals.
Okay. All right. So you heard it here first. Judge Fleming, give him your vote. Do judges take political sides? Is there your Republican judges and Democrat judges?
There are, yeah.
So is he Republican?
He's an honest judge.
So he's
So yeah, of course he's a Republican.
all I know is that when the district attorney, tried to come after me locally, they were a Democrat. So that's all you need to know. It was a
Right.
witch hunt. I got 2 not guilties. That's all you need to know, folks. Google it. Judge Fleming. Awesome. So you're doing videos for him. Okay. I'm trying to think what am I excited about moving forward? Just like a random heart attack or stroke to really just kind of slow me down in some way. Because I feel like I'm just in this kind of go, go, go phase of my life. And I'm
Right.
just thinking, when's it ever going to end? When it's never going to end. Not until they're grown up and in college and the child support ends. And then, you know, then I could move to Florida or I don't know, stay here or I don't know, live on the moon whenever the colony opens up. I don't know. So I'm in that work, work, work mode of my life, and it's sometimes if it's enjoyable, sometimes it's not. But it is what it is. So try to see the positive in life. Positives.
So what do you plan for yourself when child support ends? And you now have an 18-year-old in your
Wow.
life.
So that'll be about 14 years from now. I'll be 55. I'm thinking move to LA, meet a 35-year-old, maybe a doctor. She just got out of school, and then kind of like raise her kids again. So I kind of like double dipping back into that whole lifestyle, but kind of like just starting over, like starting a franchise, maybe starting a franchise back in LA, or maybe things are going so well here that I just, stay here, or maybe Ash gets into a school in Oregon, and I just kind of move there to be close to him. So yeah, we'll see. And I'm not holding out meeting someone, but I've developed a lot of toxic traits in relationships and that keep me single. And I'm kind of enjoying being single now. So I think a woman would really have to pursue me. But then I look at myself naked and I'm thinking, who would pursue me?
As someone who slept in the same bed with you, it's really quite amazing.
Yeah, I know. And it's just
Yeah.
like, I feel so thankful. I think of the memories of the women that have been with me. And I'm like, wow, what great people to just give me a shot. So I'm in that kind of thankfulness. And then also the good times are over. You hit 40, 41, it's like you're not the belle of the ball anymore.
No.
Like it's like you're not getting looks from anyone. The people you're getting looks from maybe be 15 years older than you and 400 pounds heavier than you. Those are maybe the people giving me looks, but no one in their 30s or 20s is going, oh, who's that guy now? So it's just kind of owning that part of my
Hmm.
life.
That's good to know. I just decided to go the opposite route. One woman, uh, when we got married, and now 28 years later, here we are.
That's really good. Commitment, marriage. Never
Yeah,
even thought about it.
yeah, it's done wonders for my life.
I am saying, and I'll end with this. I'm super excited. Been working with Greg with Newbold Creative. I'm not sure if you've seen those. He's blowing me up right now. If you've seen those True Classic ads, Vince, he does a lot of comedy ads, and he's made a living doing it. So I've been working with him more. So I'm really stoked to help him grow that as well and do comedy videos. So I was going to go film the Trump Kamala Harris thing, but like I've heard that they've got it all barricaded up pretty well tonight
I'm sure. Oh, is that tonight?
in Philly, just down the street at the
Wow.
Constitution Center.
I'm gonna go watch Only Murders in the Building.
Ooh, That's going to be very similar to the debate as well.
I'm a huge Steve Martin fan. So, and
So,
Steve Martin and
dude.
what's his name?
Martin
Yeah,
Short. There's no one
Martin
better than
Short.
Martin Short. He's probably the most underrated, I think, comedic genius
He
ever.
is. He is.
What he did with what was it, Glick? Jiminy Glick, where
Yeah.
he had the
Yeah.
fat suit on. Like, if you
Yeah.
should just go dive into YouTube sometime and watch some of those, it's just
Oh,
brilliant.
hang on. Well, I won't pull it up. But my DVD collection, I have his DVD
Oh, you
of,
do?
yeah, to give you a tour sometime. I even, well,
I think you should. I know you're not trying to do a bunch of social media videos, but you should. It'd be cool to see a series that happens all in your man cave, and you're like, this is the one toy I'm going to bring out, and this is the one DVD I'm going to put in the thing, and it's just very kind of like calming and relaxing. Have you ever seen that guy who walks in the forest with his dog and like he makes meals? He's like, "Oh, hello, everybody. Oh, hello."
yes.
It's
Yeah.
like that, but like in your man cave. Like that'd be interesting. I'd love to see that sometime.
Huh. All right.
I'm chock full of ideas. I won't do them for myself, but I can tell you it's
Yeah, I was
great.
going to say, that sounds like church members who say, hey, I've got a ministry you ought to start. I ain't starting that. You can
You,
start it. Oh, I don't want to start it. I just thought it'd be a good idea. It ain't going to happen.
mm-mm. All right, well that was fun. I think we'll wrap it up there. I think I'll probably just make a bunch of clips. I think.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how that worked. I hope not. Maybe it's got a